Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David, and this is a magic review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're feeling thankful today, because I'm feeling thankful. I know I probably don't say this even enough, but I am just so appreciative of all of you, so appreciative of all the different companies and designers and magicians that send me product so that we can do these reviews together. Special day today, right? Special day today. Glad you're here. Wanted to do something special for today, and that was to review the most popular requested magic trick of all time on this channel. Every so often, someone down below comments, when are you going to review 52 Shades of Red from Shin Lim? People have been asking me forever, and so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go out to penguinmagic.com, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to review it for you, and we'll have that be my thank you to you guys. And normally I would hold up a little card and it would have the names of the people that requested this. Well, there was so many people, I had to put it into a little pre-credit roll. So maybe you'll see your name as it scrolls by. Here's all the people that requested this. All right, so 52 Shades of Red. I'm sure most of you know him from America's Got Talent, the 2 different times that he's been on that show. I think I was introduced to him when he first appeared on Penn and Teller Fool Us, and he did the Dream Act. And then shortly after that, the Dream Act was launched as a standalone product that you could buy. Well, of course, reviewed that, did a big, huge review for that. And actually it was his performance on Penn and Teller that I had on a USB drive, and I would show that performance to my elementary school class that I teach magic for. So I have a magic class that I teach elementary kids once a year. It's like 6 to 8 weeks long, and then there's a class session where we watch a bunch of different magicians, and Shin Lim was always one of the magicians that I would show the kids. And then, of course, he grew and became more popular when he went on America's Got Talent, then won it, and then won it the second time, and so here we are. 52 Shades of Red is a extended parlor style, stage style trick Shin performs silently, right? He does everything kind of in mime. And it's really a large color change routine. The back designs go from red to blue to back again. And it's just really this beautifully orchestrated dance, really, of playing cards. And what Shin Lim has done is he's packaged the entire routine down into a deck of 52 cards. And you would purchase this deck and then marry that alongside the video, and you would actually learn how to do 52 Shades of Red. All right, so my format is always the same. I ask the same exact questions every single time so that you know you're always getting an honest and factual review. You want to know, when you spend your money, what do you get, right? What do you get? What does your dollar get you? When you buy this, you order it, comes in a cardboard box with a lid, and it's beautifully designed. It says Shin Lim and 52 Shades of Red on the cover. Inside is a fully custom gaff deck of cards. It's actually sealed. It's printed from Bicycle this way, shrink wrapped at the company, and then sent and packaged. So it's not even reopened and reworked. Like, every card you need is inside this box. And you're also gonna get a couple of little attractive friends. Now, what are you gonna need in addition to the box? Because you will need stuff, because you get to build this entire routine with arts and crafts stuff. So you're gonna need probably a full red deck. You'll probably need a full blue deck. And I believe it's made in back, right? It's made in back deck, so you wanna make sure they match. You'll also need some adhesive. So you're gonna need super glue, a glue stick, and a spray glue. You'll also need some special fabric that you'll probably need to either order or start going to fabric stores to find. Shin then also uses a scoring template. Now, you don't need a scoring template. You could probably do it with like a plastic knife and a ruler, okay? But he uses Perfect Score from John Allen. Perfect Score is about $18 if you can find it. You'll also need Prim elastic, you'll need a needle, and you'll also need a mini made in back deck that matches. Is it what I thought? Kind of a little bit. I'd already reviewed Dream Act, right? Said that. And so I was already kind of familiar with Shin Lim's style, how he achieves and pulls off some of his effects. I believe 52 Shades of Red is an older effect than Dream Act. And so I think Dream Act is kind of like the evolution of 52 Shades, but a more advanced version. It's a different plot, completely different plot, but I think there's things you can recognize in 52 Shades that you're like, okay, yeah, this is something similar to Dream Act. So I'd say as far as angles go, this is very important, okay? It's very important. Don't expect that you're gonna be able to do this act as a close-up act with people right there on top of you. There's just very high possibility that people would see exactly what you are doing. This act needs to be performed in a controlled environment with controlled lighting and a controlled distance between you and your spectator. And of course, that means it cannot be inspected either. I think without even touching the cards that you're playing with, I think there's a lot of visual clues that your spectator would see immediately if they were close to you. All right, so what's the overall quality and production value of the video? The video is 2 hours, 2 minutes. 2 hours, 2 minutes. So this is a monster video, much like Dream Act was. Dream Act is a long video as well. In the first 30 minutes, you're gonna get an intro, you're gonna get the performance rights, and you're gonna get the routine along with what is happening play-by-play from Shin himself. So some things he'll teach you in slow motion, other things he explains he can't teach in slow motion because he's just so fast and it just wouldn't look right. He wouldn't be able to even perform it slow. So some of the things you watch it at speed and he's just explaining what he's doing. And I like the teaching before the build in this because sometimes I think when you buy a DVD or you buy a trick, they explain how to build it first and then they explain how to do it. And I think in this way, where you actually watch the performance first and the explanation, then when you go to do the build, you know exactly what you're building, you know exactly what you're shooting for. So it gives you kind of some incentive. Shin is gonna give you the reasons also why he does what he does. He'll explain like, well, you could do this and you could do this, but the reason why I do it this way is this. And I think you wanna dial in when he mentions those things because that's good teaching from a master magician. And it's good to get those lessons along with him. The entire 52 Shades of Red trick ends with Gone Deck. He will show that to you, but he doesn't teach it. So, is it well made? Well, of course, you are gonna make it. You are gonna build this entire routine using all of the arts and crafts materials that I mentioned at the beginning. Like I said, the deck is shrink wrapped, so nobody has done any of the work for you. You're gonna build 8, okay? You're gonna build 8 gaffs for this trick. You're gonna build them completely using the cards that you paid for, and hopefully you're gonna take your time, be very careful. I would watch the instructions first so that you know exactly what's coming up, you know exactly what's involved, and then just go slow and take your time. Now, because it is a deck of 52 gaff cards, of course, that leaves room in the box for some other gaffs and some other fun. And every time Shin releases a new version, this is the 3rd version, right? This is 52 Shades of Red version 3. He includes different extra gaffs so that you could do some other fun Shin Lim style tricks. And so when you watch the trailer, all those tricks are shown to you in the trailer. You will get the gaffs for those tricks as well, and he will teach you how to do them also. So you're gonna learn the card transformation where the 3 of hearts turns into the Queen of Spades. Then you're gonna learn the 4 spade appearing pips where each pip appears one at a time. This is a different version of Doug Kahn's trick, Pick Trip, which is in Tools of My Trade. Then you're gonna learn a mini deck to a regular backed card effect. And right there, that's half your video. That's half, that's an hour and 1 minute, okay? Then you're gonna do the ink on the side of the deck change, and it's actually a triple change. So you see it once, it changes, see it twice, it changes again. So you'll see 3 different transitions. Then he's gonna go through a close-up mat tutorial. He'll talk to you about how to make your own luxury close-up mat. Then he'll teach you the shatter card effect, where you have a card and you throw it to the table and it shatters into a million pieces. He'll do a 4 coin production. He has a trick called Make It Rain, where literally from empty hands, he produces like 6 or 8 cards out of nowhere and rains them to the ground. Then he's gonna teach you a walk-around routine using the 52 Shades of Red deck. So just by inserting a couple of other cards that you already own and building no gaffs at all, but then using the gaffs that are sent to you, you can produce a second, easier in the hands walk-around effect. So in the walk-around routine, he would show all the cards blank, show you the back color, red, okay? Then take 1 blank card and then paint over the deck and a card would appear. Well, then you take the blank card that's in your hand and snap it back to the deck and a second card appears. And then you fan the deck and all the cards have reappeared, and then you show the backs and the deck has changed color from red to blue. Now that's a trick you can do with the 52 Shades gimmicks without building any gaffs at all, and he will teach you that one as well. Then he takes 10 or 15 minutes or so just to say thank you, and in his conclusion, and he thanks all his fans, and he talks about how appreciative he is. Then there's a bonus trick at the end where he teaches a paintbrush style effect, but he does it with a gimmick. And so it's a gimmick that you're gonna build where 1 card transitions into another, and he calls that one Picasso. Okay, so how much practice does this require? Now, I know what you're thinking. This is probably a very knuckle-busting, super hard routine. It's actually not. I would say, I think anyone who's already kind of an intermediate level magician could handle this. I think if you were just starting out and you didn't know, like, should I get 52 Shades of Red or should I get Dream Act? I would say 52 Shades of Red is easier to do than Dream Act, okay? Easier as far as skill level goes. And the reason why I say that is because the deck has a bunch of, I don't want to use the word robotics because that's not right, but the gaffs are such that a lot of it happens for you. You and the gaffs are working together to create this routine, and the gaffs are very magical items and they do a lot of the hard stuff. The gaffs make it look like you're better at card magic than you really are. I mean, that's a good way of saying it. But in addition to that, of course, there's sleights and things that you will need to learn how to do. He does the Tenkai change, he does the Cardini change, he does a palm, he does the clip shift, he does a hot shot cut, he does a snap change, he does the duck change. And in his act, he says he draws inspiration from Henry Evans, Tom Stone, David Copperfield. When he does his card splitting tutorial, he credits Blake Voigt, Tom Elderfield. Those are just a bunch of names that he throws out, different inspiration and people that probably you should also be familiar with when looking at this routine. How much setup and reset is there? I'm gonna go back to what I originally said about performance venue. Like when you watch this trick being done, That's the performance venue that you need. So when you think about setup and reset and what's involved in this trick, I mean, you got to have a table, right? He uses a table. He uses a mat. So you need a mat. He uses a savant, and he uses controlled lighting, and he uses theater lighting. So all of that stuff goes into play. Positives, all right, so what are the positives for 52 Shades of Red? I think this trick is great because it really gives you a behind the scenes look at Shin Lim's magic, his style, and his creative process. Something like that is hard to put a dollar figure on when you're taken behind the scenes and shown, what goes on behind the curtain. And Shin's been able to talk to you and communicate to you, like I said, like a friend, like you're right there in the room with him, and just show you the level that goes on knowledge-wise, creativity-wise, when putting together a routine like this. I think the negatives are, if I were to say that there are any, because I really don't feel like there are any, I think the gaffs are very labor intensive. This is cost $70. Now say, how much is it? It's $70. You spend $70 on gaff cards and you almost feel like, I don't want to touch them. I don't want to wreck them. What if I ruin them, right? And all those voices are inside my head. So I'm just telling you, I'm just sharing these are my problems though. These are my problems, not yours, okay? The gaffs are labor intensive and they will take a lot of other extracurricular materials and time. Is it worth your money? Like I said, it's $70, right? And you get 2 hours of teaching. So 2 hours of teaching from Shin Lim right there is worth your money. And you get a fully custom printed gaff deck of cards. Now a full 52 cards usually starts at $40. Usually a full gaff deck is usually $40. So $70, that's a good price. Who would like this? I think anybody that wants to get behind the scenes and just look at Shin Lim, his creative process and how he does tricks, I think you'd get a big kick out of watching the video and working alongside him building this routine. All right, so that's everything I can say about 52 Shades of Red from Shin Lim. I purchased mine from penguinmagic.com, so I know they've got it. If you'd like to purchase it, I would suggest you head there as well. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.